Yo, I wanted to do this comparison side to side, but I couldn't fit everything onto the screen, so we're just gonna have to do them individually. But before that, let me explain what we're actually doing here. We're gonna test out 3 different light cones: Acheron Signature at S1, Goodnight and Sleep Well at S5, and S1 Incessant Rain. I picked the Kokoli fight because it's the easiest one for me to be able to control all the variables, so even though the results will be single target, this will still give you a good general idea. We're going to start off with our S5 Goodnight and Sleep Well, and I'll actually just show you the results here so I'm not wasting your time. For reference, the one that's highlighted is the one that you're seeing on screen right now. To give you some more context, Acheron is 1999, and I've allocated 27 substat rolls into crit and attack. For all these tests, we have a minimum of 3 debuffs applied to the enemy, that way we get our full damage bonus on Goodnight and Sleep Well, and the additional 12% crit rate when attacking using Incessant Rain. The first test you saw was with a 16% defense thread thanks to S5 Pearls, and the second one is 63%. I don't expect everyone to have a Silver Wolf, so we won't go to 100%. But this is generally the team format that most players will be running with Acheron. Double Nihility to meet the quota for her Abyss Trace. Alright, we're now looking at her signature at S1, and one last thing before we talk about the results. We're only looking at raw damage and not the functionality that her Sig or Incessant Rain bring. And of course, since they let her apply their debuffs, she definitely ults more often with them, but that's enough yapping. Pretty much across the board, her signature unsurprisingly wins out in damage. Most of her damage does come from her ult, so it's a lot more important to look at those numbers rather than the skill, but we still need to. Her Sig is about a 12 to 15% damage increase overall in just the raw damage department. S5 Goodnight and Sleep Well is actually similar in output to Incessant Rain, which at least I found that kind of unexpected. 72% damage bonus is a lot. Speaking of Incessant Rain though, this is the showcase of it on screen. To compensate for the additional 12% crit rate we get on attacks when there are 3 debuffs applied, I took 4 crit rate rolls and put them into attack percent and crit damage. Now, because the results are so close to S5 Goodnight and Sleep Well, I would say Incessant Rain is better since you're going to have a higher ult frequency. That being said, the only reason why I can think of that you'd use it is 1, you have an extra one, and 2, you pulled it and don't have her Silver Wolf. Please don't pull Incessant Rain for Acheron. Her signature is so much better, and Goodnight and Sleep Well is for sure good. I normally don't recommend light cones, but because it's also on the light cone banner, if you really want to take Acheron to the next level, it's worth trying for. Worst case, you also get a couple copies of Goodnight and Sleep Well. But that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching.